I think it's proven over the course of time now, MMA has been around for around 25 years, that wrestling is the best base you can have. You look at our current UFC champions, the majority of them are wrestlers or have a wrestling base. We're gonna talk about the best wrestlers in mixed martial arts. You'll have a lot of good wrestlers who are not on the list. You're gonna have, Yoel Romero, probably the most accomplished wrestler in mixed martial arts today, doesn't use his wrestling too much. Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist, doesn't use his wrestling a whole lot. This is my list of UFC fighters who use their wrestling most effectively in the octagon. My first pick at number 5 is Matt Hughes. Wrestling in mixed martial arts is different than just going in a wrestling match. There's a huge amount of differences. Matt Hughes, he was one of the first ones to employ it really well with mixed martial arts.
He is the champion, right now the most dominant fighter in the UFC.
One of the original guys who relied heavily on takedowns to win fights.
And another big slap.
Used a lot of control, a lot of ground and pound.
Big elbows by Hughes.
He was one of the first guys to kind of put it all together, use his wrestling to dominate the welterweight division. Coming in at number 4 is Frankie Edgar. What Frankie did better than anyone, maybe besides GSP, was chain his takedowns with his strikes. I mean, he's just so efficient at going in and out, going from his takedowns back to his punches, and chaining everything together.
Uppercut by Edgar! Edgar looking for the finish! Bader's in trouble!
He was just so persistent with his takedowns. He would just be on you and on you and on you until he got what he wanted.
Frankie is just relentless. Great technique. Transitions from trying to get down from the back to a double leg and finishing.
Frankie really kind of laid the blueprint for a lot of wrestler strikers who would follow him. Coming in at number 3 is Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier has used his wrestling in a lot of effective ways to win fights. Derek Lewis fight, he got his takedowns because it made the fight really easy.
There's the tap! A quick night at the office for one of the greatest of all time.
If you look at a Stipe Miocic fight, he used his hand fighting in the clinch to get what he wanted and eventually end the knockout.
Oh! He knocks me, it's down! It's history! UFC history!
One of the things Daniel does so well that we previously mentioned, maybe don't, is when Daniel takes someone down and they turn over and then they try to get up, he does so much damage there. He's so effective there. You go to the Anthony Johnson fight, he gets wrist control, he gets ankle control. He makes the bottom person's life totally miserable.
He's gonna tap.
It is all over! There's the tap! Daniel Cormier defends his UFC title!
He has a blue chip pedigree in wrestling, 6-time United States World Team member, 2-time Olympian. He's about as good as he gets in both wrestling and mixed martial arts. At number 2 is none other than George St Pierre. GSP didn't come from a wrestling background. When he came into the sport, he was more of a karate and BJJ guy. Somewhere along the way, he realized, hey, this is gonna be a really, really easy way for me to win fights.
Oh, there we go. Bam! Oh! Thiago pressing forward. Nice kicks. Troy takes him down again.
It's so simple, but it's so effective.
Beautiful takedown. Ducks right under that big punch.
GSP is like, he's gonna jab you, he's gonna jab you, he's gonna double leg you. And you know what's coming, but barely anyone ever stops it because his timing is so good.
George is shooting and he's got it. He can't stop it.
There's a certain beauty in that simplicity. My number 1 pick for best use of wrestling in mixed martial arts is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib, the place where he comes from, Dagestan, produces more high-level wrestlers than anywhere on the planet. You like Daniel Cormier, when Khabib gets you down, your life is gonna be miserable. He's gonna use the wrestling to trap your wrist, to hit you, to get you broken flat, to make you tired. He uses that wrestling all the right ways to set up everything else that he wants to do with his strike or the submission.
There's the tap! Still undisputed!
The awesome thing about wrestling is that there's not really a whole heck of a lot of a secret to it. I mean, every one of Khabib's opponents knows what his game plan is. And Khabib still uses the same game plan time after time after time, which shows its effectiveness. When your opponent knows exactly what you're going to do and there's still not a damn thing they can do about it, that's a pretty effective style. Khabib has more effectively implemented his wrestling and mixed martial arts than anyone in the past 25 years.